Yeah, I think Stephen Strasburg being the number one pick in the overall MLB draft was just the culmination of an amazing run. This is a guy that really very few people had heard about until he burst on the scene one night against Utah and struck out 23 batters in a game. I still marvel at that because 27's the most you can get, right? I mean, it was incredible. So all of a sudden, everybody's like, I got to get a peek at this guy. I got to see what this is all about. But by the time everybody finally came to get to see Stephen, it was already his last game. And they sold out Tony Gwynn Stadium. There was 4,000 people jammed in there. Everybody wanted to get a glimpse of him one last time. And he delivers on that with a no-hitter. So, it was so incredible. And then, to see him fulfill all that promise and be the number one pick was remarkable. I mean, it was as amazing as, the kind of attention that Marshall Faulk brought to San Diego State and of course Tony Gwynn before that and Kawhi Leonard in basketball. I mean, if there's a Mount Rushmore, I think Stephen Strasburg's probably the fourth guy on it for what he did for the university. His senior season was really incredible. I mean, the statistics are one thing, but the one that I remember the most is that he pitched 109 innings. He only walked 11 batters. They made it really easy for the broadcasters like me. And we knew when he pitched it was going to be a tidy game. And I really remember traveling with that team. And, when the bus would arrive, wherever it was, at Utah, BYU, New Mexico, wherever we went, there were hundreds and hundreds of fans waiting for the bus at the hotel. And who loved that the most? His coach, Tony Gwynn. Because normally when fans were waiting, they were all waiting for him. This way, Tony could split some of the attention with Stephen Strasburg. It was almost like traveling with a rock star. And, if you look back on that season, he delivered pretty much every time out. He very rarely disappointed. He won 13 games. He shut down great teams. I know TCU was ranked that year. He went in there and beat them. And, people wanted to see him pitch, and he came through. I think, Stephen Strasburg's legacy is just going to be that of a local kid done great. He went to high school, West Hills High School out in Santee here in San Diego, and, began his career at San Diego State as a relief pitcher. He wasn't really brought here with a ton of fanfare. And, Tony Gwynn, as legendary as he is as a great baseball player, never got enough credit as a manager. There was nobody more perfect to bring Stephen Strasburg along than Tony Gwynn, who had been through the Hall of Fame bright lights of a career. Never overused Stephen Strasburg, even though there had to be temptation to do that. The Aztecs did not win the Mountain West the years he was here. He was an All-American, but they could only pitch him once in the postseason conference tournament, and Tony wouldn't push it. He was worried about his career. The other thing, I think the legacy of Strasburg is just a little bit of his major league too. I don't think people realize he finished his major league career 51 games over 500 with a 3.24 ERA. He was a 3-time All-Star, 2 times top 5 in the Cy Young, and he won a Silver Slugger. And oh, by the way, he and Kawhi Leonard were both named MVP of the finals in the same year. That's something pretty remarkable for San Diego State.